Listen.
Yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PBZ TV, a show where we talk about the culture, movie, TV, games, sports, and headlines of all sorts. And I'm joined by Tom. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm trying not to do the same thing I do every episode.
But you still do it.
It's not the same thing.
What's different?
Accent.
Yeah, but you did that last time.
No, I didn't.
And I questioned you about it.
No, you
You're like, yeah.
Fine, I'll do it again. Welcome back. We're rolling with it.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you want me to say? We got the whole intro
It's
down.
because we have this over-the-top intro that I can't help but,
okay, once that's been said.
All right, how would you have segued that?
Okay, what do I normally do when I do it? I say the whole welcome back to PBZ TV, and then do the little rap. And then I go, and we've got a good episode ahead of us today or something like that. And then I get straight into it, bro.
Well, I feel like they're very similar entry points.
No, do you know what you do? You go, I'm joined by Tom, how are you? And then I'm like, fuck, how am I? I don't know. Why are you putting me on the spot?
Well, that's such a deep question.
Yeah.
Pulls out a gun. And I think the moral of the story is we're doing all right. Anyway, we've got cool things to talk about, and I want to start off in the world of films and TV because you watched the MJ movie, didn't you?
Oh, I did. I was looking forward to it, to be honest. I remember we spoke about it when it first got announced, and that was a while back now.
Yeah.
But
This has been hyped for a
long.
while.
Yeah, do you know what? We've covered something when it's been announced in one of our podcasts, and now it's out, and we can review it. Like a movie as well. So it takes a while to make those things, you know what I mean?
Sky News, move over, mate. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, stand back. We are
fuck back.
We are the truth. You better stand down.
Ant-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was, I don't know if it's like a spoiler.
Right, spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1.
He died. No, joking.
What?
No, I was watching it and I was like, this is now 2 hours in and we're still like in the 80s. I was thinking, what's...
Interesting.
I was like, are we going to just quickly get to the end or something?
Yeah.
And then it goes, the story will continue. So there'll be another one.
It's a fucking...
There's a follow-up.
Okay.
And if it's not called Jackson, what is the point? Because this one's called Michael. Right?
Oh.
So
I don't think I'll fuck with that.
You wouldn't like that?
I'm going to be honest with you.
You wouldn't get like, the
This isn't
DVD set in HMV.
This isn't
Here's
Avatar.
Michael and here's Jackson. And what if you watched it Jackson Michael before? Watch it that way round.
Can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. Because I was thinking like, geez, there's a lot to go through here. And I was thinking, are they going to cover some certain things? Because it is produced by like the family and his nephew playing him. I was like, they're not going to go into
No,
that.
they're not going to go there.
They do go into it a bit. They go, they show his dad, Joe Jackson, whipping him. And
that's the only things I've seen from the meme.
Yeah.
Like anytime I scrolled across someone like covering a song the other day on TikTok and someone just taking a screenshot of Joe with a belt going, they've got potential.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I've seen come out of it, really. I haven't sat there for a review because in my head I was like, I'm going to watch it myself and da-da-da. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to watch it.
No, but I was watching it a little bit and thinking, I bet it was a lot worse. Because what they did show was just a couple belt shots. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Which
I'm pretty sure him doing that is pretty well documented in terms of what actually happened.
And a sign of the times as well, a little bit, right? Is that there would just be a part of discipline a little bit away, right?
Well, I think it's well documented that he went way too far.
Exactly. They didn't really show it that deeply.
Yeah.
It was more just like Michael giving a bit of back chat and then he got the belt. So
yeah, no,
like,
he ran them like a military unit, from what I know.
Yeah, he didn't really give them a childhood, didn't let them out to play, sort of thing, and made them work.
But if they'd have really gone there, I think all that would have done is just bring more negativity, I guess.
But at the same time,
they're already dead. I'm not sure if Joe Jackson's dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to know because I was like, I'll find out in the next part. I was like,
let's find out.
I know that, I know what happens next, but I don't want to know everything because I couldn't remember. He's got to be dead anyway.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
2018.
Oh, so not long ago then.
Yeah. Outlasted MJ.
Yeah. But is there an argument that without him they would never have got to where they got to?
Yeah.
And had the life and, we got Michael. Do you know what I mean? I did think there was later on he kept within it. He kept trying to make it like the Jacksons. He kept trying to push it. Michael was like, I'm doing my own thing. Well, he didn't say he was too scared, but you know what I mean. He had that. He just kept bringing him back, and then he was like, he got someone to fire his dad by fax. It was quite cool. I don't know if that happened in real life though. You know when these things like
that sounds like something that would happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely wasn't tough enough to say it to him. I think he was a bit scared.
Well, yeah, when it comes to like childhood trauma, it would probably be quite hard.
I can't imagine Michael throwing down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It did go into the fact though that he was a weird guy.
Who, Joe or Michael?
Michael.
I mean, how could you not be? He didn't have a childhood.
No, but the rest of them are quite normal.
perform.
Look, he was very strange. Do you know what I mean? He was
from the get go.
Yeah, like
maybe South Park was right all along. He was an alien.
Yeah, I don't know. It was very much like, you know, he ordered the. I don't think again these movies you never really can take it with a pinch of salt exactly timeline wise what happened and stuff. But he gets Bubbles and he just rocks up with Bubbles and he's like, he's my friend. He's like one of my only friends, sort of thing. It's like, okay, well, you know this. And who's going to question him at this point, even though he was still living in the family and his dad still had him a part of the group.
Did Bubbles ever attack anyone?
I don't know. I was looking at it like...
Is he one of the rare chimps that didn't rip someone's face off?
No, I don't think so. But it looked like he definitely could. And then I was like, are they going to share that actually happened? And that's why Michael had to get all the procedures because his face got ripped off. It goes into him getting a nose job.
Yeah.
Because he always used to deny stuff like that, didn't he? But it does talk about vitiligo and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, it's tricky. But then there's obviously that next part, and I think this is where all the accusations come in.
Accusations.
In the next. But boy, did he have banger after banger after banger. He's got to be the greatest.
Yeah.
He's got to be the greatest. Pop star, musician, maybe.
Bubbles is still alive.
No, he's not.
Hold on. I'm reading the summary.
No way.
Early life of Michael Jackson, life at the sanctuary, relocation due to his growing size and strength. Jackson moved him into a sanctuary in 2005. Current life at the Centre for Great Apes. Enjoys painting, napping, and leading other chimpanzees. He apparently gets financial support from the Jackson family estate. What? He's just chilling, bruh. I think he's still alive.
There's no way. How?
He's in it. Apparently,
he's
now in his 40s, considered an elderly primate. Bubbles is still here. Shouts out Bubbles, bro.
Is he? I thought he died.
Look at him. He's happy. He's fucking well happy, mate. Look at
he's going easy. Yeah, he looks a bit old though.
Consider how he used to look.
Yeah.
It's wild, folks. That's him when he's young, and that's him now.
Wow.
Who's the real winner?
I mean, yeah, if you're Bubbles, you've hit the jackpot in terms of a life for a chimp, right? Let's be honest.
And he didn't rip anyone's face off.
Yeah.
So shouts out to Bubbles.
Maybe it just shows
the Caesar of our time.
No, but you need to put chimps in very...
Every time that Jackson check rolls into his cage, what a wonderful day! What he spends it on, he just gets shipments of bananas. Just what a wonderful day!
I am king.
Oh shit!
Well, you had like giraffes walking around in the movie.
Yeah, giraffes.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson was the real life 64 Zoo Lane, bro.
Yeah, literally.
I need to maybe watch it then. It sounds quite funny.
But I think he was a smart guy as well, though.
I mean, you wouldn't, of course.
Right?
Yeah, he became the biggest person. You could argue MJ is the most famous person that's ever lived.
Yes.
You could easily argue that.
Yeah.
With historical figures up there. Like, he's in a top 5 argument amongst, like, Genghis Khan and Napoleon and, like, and all that kind of stuff, right? If you're looking at, like, what will we find when we, like, civilization's gone and they're digging up just vinyls.
Is it because of his... Because it's not all positive? Is that why it goes... Or is that more now? Because at the time, obviously, when he was in the 80s, which is a lot of when this film
in the 80s, I doubt he'd even be controversial by 80s standards.
No, people didn't know he was a bit of a weirdo, do you know what I mean?
It all came out as time went on.
It does show that a bit as well. He's like, I'm ready to like move on now and leave and stuff. And it's like, if you leave, you're not going to have... like, you can be yourself here with us. Like, is what Joe was sort of saying to him in the scene. Like, you're not going to have our protection.
You need to protect, yeah.
Because
It makes
you go
sense.
out there, everyone's going to see you for what you are. You're a weird guy. Like, I don't know if he says it like, I can't remember what he says, but...
Strange fella, Mike.
But then Mike also was, like I said, smart. He wanted to become the best artist in the world, biggest artist in the world.
No one gets to that big and that successful and with just that level of talent and not have a plan, have a vision for it, right? So he clearly isn't the architect of his success. So
he said he used to. I saw this thing. It's like he got when Kobe was up and coming. He met Mike and stuff, and Mike showed him how he foresaw his future and how big he would be and how he made his songs
before Kanye, man.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Like he knew how big it was going to get. He just knew, and he just knew he was destined for greatness in a way.
Yeah.
But I think maybe does that then get to a point where you then, like Kanye now, you just
when there is a rise, there is a fall.
Yeah, a little bit, right? And I think this is probably what the second movie is going to be a little bit about. But I mean, there's definitely
the fall of Jackson.
It's got to go into the accusations, of course it does, because it's a massive part of his life. And and then again, like I said, my algorithm just started sharing all Michael Jackson stuff, and then there was a video I watched, and it was just like, did he do it? And it's such a strange debate because it's so many people, either because they're such loyal fans or because how great he was as a musician, back him to the days.
I mean, people still defend R. Kelly, let alone MJ.
But R. Kelly. But then it's the thing. It's like the evidence and stuff. It's just it's iffy. I don't think
anything ever really got to court for Michael, did it? Or
well, it's a part of that. Was it lies? One from his point of view to like say he didn't do it. Was it lies? So he didn't fully come out and tell the truth. It was easier just to buy off people because bad PR is just easier just to pay him off. Were the people involved lying because they saw the payout, the payday? Or was it that he did do it and he had the power to like hush, and you know what I mean? Like a bit like...
all could be true.
Exactly, so we just never know. I don't know if we ever will know. And
I think the closest thing we'll ever get is someone will come out like before they die. Just be like, oh yeah, all this happened. And then...
But people come forward, but then more people come forward. It's like, they telling the truth or they jumping in with the
lie.
lie.
Someone might have receipts somewhere. You never know.
The only thing
but you think it would already happen because he's dead.
The thing... Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of it came out, the documentary and stuff.
Maybe they wouldn't want to put out anything. Let's say someone does have hard evidence, but they're part of the Jackson estate. Yeah. More negative things come out about MJ, less money they're going to make.
Well, that's a part of, like, one of the video, one of his older sisters comes out and says, he did all these things, but then later it turned out that she had an abusive husband that was like pushing her to try and get the bag. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
So she was going against Michael.
Yeah,
but it's like, again, it's all about lies.
It'll always be he said, she said, unless there is some kind of real evidence. And at that point, it'll end up in just a Jimmy Savile situation. If it's like it's already done. So everyone's already been molested. Everybody's dead. We're cooked.
Yeah, exactly. We'll never know. But the only thing there was multiple cases through like 90s all the way up to like when he died. Right, it was just ongoing. But it's he did that documentary where he's like, I sleep with children in my bed. It's all that. It's like, that's weird. And then he's got that camera.
I mean, if it's accusation of weird, then we've got.
No, but there's that. That's what makes me like. It's just uneasy, right? So he slept with the children in his bed, and he had a camera to tell him to alert if anybody was coming. It's like, I don't know how innocent you could be. That's just not. that just doesn't sound right, right?
In the background just goes, glove didn't fit. Glove didn't fit. Oh shit.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know. There's part 2 to come, I guess. So
we'll find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Glove don't fit though. It's a good segue actually. To another documentary. This is a documentary.
Yeah, Biopic to documentary.
Yeah. The Hogan documentary on Netflix.
Oh yeah, brother. Tell me about it.
Yeah. You said the glove don't fit. There was a bit actually where he's obviously messed up and he's going through all this divorce issues with his wife, and obviously his wife's dating an 18-year-old living in his house down the road. He's in the summer house and he's watching this 18-year-old take his boat out on his lake, and you know what I mean, all that.
The cojones on that guy.
Did you see he met with a journalist, had a few beers with him and that. He thought he was pals, and he said, I can see why OJ did it. And obviously that leaked and went out there, and then he had
in front of a journalist. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did he even bother saying off record?
No, he just said, obviously I wouldn't do that sort of thing. Like he said off record, it was like a pal to pal sort of thing. He thought it was a friend. But it's like, bro, you do.
God,
how many things that
the
man can
journalist
say?
has been grinning like a Cheshire cat. Like,
Yeah, like, what did you say?
one more time. Just said it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
What was it? So first of all, was it a good documentary in its own right?
it went on a bit long. Again,
yeah,
it's
a bit too
like
long.
the P Diddy one.
Yeah.
Like they didn't need
Is
to
that
be
the one
long.
produced by 50?
That one was, but like even this, it was. I thought it was the way it was structured. It at first, I was like, okay, it's cool. It's gonna come up with his childhood, his rise, then it's gonna have the WWE, then it's gonna have like family stuff, and then it's gonna be the last bit.
Yeah.
Which is how it laid out, but it just felt a bit long again still. But yeah, his rise. Again, he's probably one of the most famous people in the 80s for sure. Like Hulkamania ran wild, brother. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
really did.
insane. And it's all the things where it's the lies and all the stupid things he said. I think otherwise he would have, and he says it in there, if he just retired in like the early 2000s and went out on a high, he'd have gone down as like...
He'd be beloved right now.
Beloved forever. And one of the... But he just tainted his legacy so much by saying some dumb stuff.
Did it change your opinion of him after you've watched it in any way? Because I'm not sure what your take on Hogan was before you watched it.
Yeah, my take on him was... Right, my take on him is the same, I think. So he's one of the greatest wrestlers. He's the reason why it's that big, the industry. He was probably not the nicest guy to work around because he made it very much about politics and him being the top guy and because he had the power, etc. And also... I think, the way he says all this dumb stuff and all the, the racist things he said.
Yeah.
I don't think he is. It's one of those ones.
It's like almost people like it's the whole artist in the art thing.
Yeah.
For Hogan.
Like the Terry Bollea is probably not a nice guy.
Terry's an asshole.
And now he does go into
Hulk
it a little bit.
Was real American. There's some irony there.
But
yeah.
I don't know. Even it shows. I think he just says dumb things. You know what I mean? He's just a dumb, ignorant person at points where I don't think he actually.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Horrible. Or maybe ill intent, but
because most people that do evil stuff don't think they're evil, right? So it's just like ignorance is usually the key to most things.
Yeah.
But without watching the documentary myself, like obviously I'll have a take on Hogan that, like, as the audience may be able to guess, not favourable. But in general, like I don't even think he even's in my top 5 wrestlers, to be honest. But I've got a lot of recency bias for my picks.
Yeah, but you got are you then because. Me either, because I didn't grow up in the 80s, but you're looking at his athletic performances and stuff, right? And it's just...
I'll bring character into it as well. But there's wrestlers from the 80s that, like, I still think, are better athletes than him in general. Like, The Undertaker
100%.
is fucking way more incredible than Hulk
Randy
is on
Savage,
any...
all of these, Bret Hart.
In his worst day. Like, in The Undertaker's last match, he's got more athleticism in his pinky than Hogan ever did, right? But I think that's... Did they start like Hogan was it a little bit before Undertaker, or were they right at the same time?
No, Undertaker was a little bit afterwards.
Yeah, but like so I always try and even being fair to him and going back in the cohort, but a lot of it was character driven for him, wasn't it?
I mean, a lot of them.
It wasn't talent driven.
No, in there they've got people basically saying he was a horrible wrestler, he was terrible. But his character and his
on mic as well. As a performer,
as a performer, he was one of the best. Of course, he was, and that's what got him over. So,
and so many of our stereotypes of wrestling come from Hogan. So it's like, you know what, it's happened. He's not even on the earth anymore. Let's just take the good bits from it.
I think he pushed himself too hard though. Like now you've got like AJ Styles and even Brock. These are the 40-year-olds, but they look great shape, right?
Yeah.
He looked aesthetically amazing, even at that age. But his body was in tatters. Like he'd have to get through so much just to do it, and he carried on for as long as he could because they needed the divorce and he needed the money. He just needed a gig. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He didn't he didn't break Hollywood.
One hell of a rough divorce, bro.
So it was honestly
the amount of money that you think he would have made, and still. He must have had either some shit lawyers, or there was probably 80% potentially an infidelity clause as well, because if he's the one that cheated, it depends on the state you're in.
Yeah.
Cook. So that was on you, buddy.
And then it goes into a bit of him getting Trump elected a little bit, his bit where he's rips off and he's got...
Yeah.
I think he did stand by it a little bit because during the documentary, it's just before he died, so it's him retrospecting on it a little bit as well afterwards. And I think it was when he got shot, Trump got shot, he said that was, because he was in Trump's corner the whole time anyway, and then he was like, I'm sick of being silent, I'm going to actually put my political views out there, and it is going to cause me heat. And obviously when they had that raw...
Did he say it that way as well? Like he's just thinking of the world in heat,
Yeah, because...
yeah.
But he said that, he thought it was what he stood by, so that's why he did it. But obviously then when, he turns up at that Raw, with the first Netflix one, he gets booed out of it. Because he's in LA as well, which is obviously very much not for Trump.
Yeah, that tour is going to be, that must have been so polarising everywhere he went. It's going to be a different reaction on a different day.
And they're like, did that hurt you? And he's like, no, of course not. He could see, I was like,
Yeah. Should have come back as a heel, then it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, if it went down that way.
NWO.
But he came out with all the... But it was amazing as well, talking about the wrestling as well, just how he was so over and he kept doing, but it became just this 80s cheesy, cartoony vibe to it. And then the 90s hit and he was still trying it.
Yeah.
And then that turn where he went heel and became the bad guy and everyone was trying to kill him that night. People got in the ring and it was crazy. And he did it for ages and then went against Rock and he was still supposed to be the bad guy and it switched back because everybody were like, we love you again.
Yeah.
And then he said that's where it should have ended.
Yeah.
Should have just gone out against Rock and just went out on a high.
I'm sure so many athletes think the same thing when they look back on stuff. Like, who else do you think overstayed their welcome? Like, the first one for me, immediately Ric Flair.
He still go. He would still wrestle now.
And it's like I just wanted him to take a break, sit down. Like Ric Flair aged like milk.
Yeah,
really did. Bless him.
I don't know though. But even in his 50s,
he's still unbelievably he can still do stuff you wouldn't think he should be able to.
Yeah,
but you can see it on him how painful it is and how hard to move and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I love him as an on-mic performer though. He's great.
Who, Rick? Yeah, I know. I guess any of them really. I think the right thing to do is to hang up before you're ready to do it. I guess it's that mentality, and like Cena's a great example because he can literally bounce. He's been part-time for ages as well.
Yeah, it must be so hard to figure out when,
Well, like Kurt Angle really wanted to go out against like certain people. He wanted one last fight, maybe against Cena and stuff, because he just can't do it. He's like, I had to retire against this and do it this way, but just because I can't move anymore. Yeah. Batista as well, the same. He kind of got out at the right time, but even he pushed
got
it a bit time.
Yeah.
Even he was saying, I did it a little bit too much than I should have.
You reckon? Because I saw him in one of those interviews saying he still gets tempted back by
but he knows
his own intro and stuff.
Even then, the last one, he just wasn't moving the way he did.
Yeah.
The Undertaker's definitely one. He should have gone out on a bit more of a high. He's come back a lot. And it must just be that temptation, right?
Yeah.
And I can imagine the adrenaline and just that lifestyle in front of...
How many years have we all just, come out of the shower to some wrestler's theme tune? That's sort of my fucking daily existence for years of my life. And just the imagination of it is fucking fun, right? Yeah. Imagine what it's actually like. Wrestling's a hell of a drug. Like, that must be what it's like. So I can imagine how you wouldn't want to hang it up.
But you still can get hurt, right? And taking a bump.
I mean, I don't think I see any athlete that retires from any sport. I don't think there's anyone that comes out worse than WWE wrestlers. Yeah,
we had a debate.
I can't remember which episode it was.
Yeah, it was quite early. But
go watch all of them and figure out which one it is.
Yeah. We won't plug our own one. But there's on TikTok in there, all of that. You can see it and people are debating. Because we basically said WWE stars come off worse than MMA fighters.
Yeah.
Because the longevity. Yes, okay, you're going to get a heel kick to the face, going to knock you out cold. You probably get concussion. But how many fights have you got left? Whereas if you do that, and that can happen in WWE.
Like it's just a pure bodily autonomy. I think UFC fighters or even boxers to a certain extent, their careers are going to be a lot shorter than wrestlers, so they'll just take less damage by thingy. But the potential for damage is much higher for them.
Yeah.
But if they're good enough, they're usually quite good at not getting as hurt. But wrestlers have to do it on purpose to themselves every night.
Yeah.
You can't skip the bumps.
Exactly.
And when the bumps go bad,
that's what they were showing on the Hogan one. He's basically compounding the damage on his back, just doing that
all
leg
seemed to be
drop
back and spine related
over and over. Yeah, and his back was just like a C, bro. Like he had to have like 10 operations on it, and he had what was it? They put like this metal thing in there to buzz him back up or something like that, or to electrocute his spine so that his brain would then. It was crazy.
Literally bionic man at that point.
Yeah, he had a device in his back because it was that bad.
Fucking hell.
And it shows him like he's obviously quite close to the end because it shows him filming the documentary, and he's in the gym, he's working out, he's still lifting, bro. Yeah. But after that, he can't get up.
They all do. That's the habit they all seem to have. Like Vince still worked out loads. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
I'm sure all of their doctors are like, oh my God, stop deadlifting. Like, you have a device in your bag. Like, stop. But, like, I'm sure that, like, it's still a couple of arm curls, like, or something, because, like,
but I think
that's their whole image as well. Like,
okay, a normal person, though, that doesn't take all these bumps and have compounded all this damage, even probably Vince, right? And you take away the steroids and all that. If you just... mobility, just being strong up to a later age is probably good for you, and even doing that is probably good for him.
It's the single biggest sign of longevity. So I think it's like when they've done all the studies on it, the amount of muscle mass you have in your legs is the thing that makes the biggest difference.
That's crazy.
Later on in your life, so
skipping leg day at the minute. So
yeah, me too. But genuinely, like in the day job, I work with surgeons, and I've done several podcasts with surgeons, and they're like, workout. The stronger you are, the later you go in. Like, not to like the bodybuilder point where they struggle with mobility because their muscle mass. Yeah. Like, just strong enough so you're able to do things where you're like, how the hell was that 70-year-old doing that? Yeah. It's usually because they carried the muscle mass in. Because all it does is just go real downhill from like 40. Yeah. Right, and you just lose as much as possible. So you have to basically get as much muscle on you before 40, so then you age gracefully, essentially. Damn. And the more of it that's in your legs, the better. So... I'm sure, like, wrestlers who'd be skipping leg day, it makes them worse. But that's why I think Cena had such great longevity. So much of his real strength came from his legs. Like, things he was able to do, like, I think he get freaking big show up on his shoulders and that. Like, that's all driven by leg power, right? So,
yeah, true.
Everybody out there, live a long life.
Get your leg work
on. Squats in, mate.
Why is it the worst one, though?
Which one?
Just, leg day.
Because it's the source of mobility, right? So the irony is, our post-leg day, you feel like you're weakest because it's so hard to move. And imagine that's what it would be like in your old years if you don't do it. So scare yourself with that.
I'm purposely not doing it in a minute because I don't want to injure myself, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because I feel like that is an easier way to injure yourself.
Technique, bro, so important. So important for that stuff. Like, I'll do things like avoid deadlifts because I've got a weird back. None of you have seen it, and you never will. But I have a weird back that was like naturally a bit Hulk Hogan-y, you feel me, right? So
he's actually
me trying to do like a deadlift or something, I can never keep my back straight by default, right? Yeah, so I would like just kill myself if I try to do that, so I have to avoid it. Same with traditional squats. Yeah. Because if my spine's already like this and I'm trying to bring it, right, I don't want to do that.
You're just gonna
so I'll do it on something like a Smith machine, so I've got some stability there or something, and it's not going to be as good. Or I'll do like leg press a lot instead to make sure it's not doing that. So you find your workarounds for what's what. Yeah. My biggest fear, for some reason, is snapping my Achilles heels. Oh. I just have this constant thing in the back of my head. I'm not sure if it's years of basketball or something, but seeing how easy it is when someone just goes to get a ball and the fact that you feel it and you feel it roll up in the back of your foot. I've heard the stories and I'm like, oh God, no. It's like my biggest fear, right? So I'm always
Mine have been tight lately as well. It's very scary.
Right, so I always take it real easy when it comes to that. So that's one of my big gym fears. It can just
happen no matter what, though.
Well, if you do a squat deep, like obviously it's going to be there. So imagine if you're squatting deep and then suddenly both of them go, roll back up, and you're like, and just die.
Oh, brother.
So the gym is a scary place. Maybe Instagram showed me too many gym injuries.
I just don't like they're doing, is it leg press, right? And then your knee just, that one, right? Yeah, just. Yeah. Because the machine's just too heavy and then like it's just inverted back on them and then they can't even move out because they're.
Right. Yeah, so.
Horrible.
Little by little, folks, to somehow turn into an injury podcast. But yeah, you got to take it easy, man. But yeah,
that backs up the point that wrestling is just from a compound point of view. That's why they take the most damage because they push themselves doing these stupid bumps.
If you think that obviously they're already doing crazy bumps, they're probably already there. As soon as they finish a wrestling match, they're probably in the gym the next day, also continuing their workouts to maintain their muscle mass. Yeah. and you imagine how big some of these guys are, how heavy they are.
Yeah.
I don't know how they deal with their knees a lot of the time. Like,
yeah,
at the spry old age of 30 that we are, when you imagine just getting on the first turnbuckle and jumping off, right? Not at the second or the top, and landing properly, but imagine having to do that like 20 times a night or more, probably.
Yeah, because then they're fighting the next night as well, aren't they?
Especially if you've got too much mass on you, how fucked up that is. It's like, especially because a lot of time you're pretending to land in certain ways.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing the proper like Assassin's Creed roll through, because a lot of the time
no, but that doesn't look good though, does it?
Exactly. So a lot of the time you have to do superior landings and all this kind of shit, and it's just like your knees must be like, oh god, no, no.
Yeah. It's just
hence the knee wraps that are constantly on everyone. So
it's a crazy line of work, really, isn't it?
It genuinely is. Yeah, you're just essentially sacrificing years off your life for a crowd to go, do it more.
Yeah.
Modern day gladiators,
but not even with it. Yeah. Just the scripting.
Yeah.
So when you find out you're going to lose, that's probably why they get mad. It's like, I'm doing all this and I'm going to lose.
Yeah, that's got to be more.
That's why they fight for their characters in their personal sense a little bit more, right?
Yeah. It's kind of messed up, not going to lie.
Yeah, crazy.
But hey, at least, so the documentary was genuinely a bit too long, but it was worth a watch, you'd say.
Yeah, I don't think it really changed my perspective on him too much, but it was quite interesting to see, one, how he started, and he did admit that he was scared of, like, he's not really a fighter. He's not into that. He's scared of these wrestlers and stuff. But he was a big dude, and his dad just didn't rate him at all. Like all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he's a big fat guy, pretty much. But then it's just lies. Apparently, he would have been like the best guitar bassist in the world. And you're like, okay. Yeah, it's just I don't know.
There's a lot of insecurity that seems to be wrapped up
100%.
in that. And guys of a certain gen are never going to even admit that word even exists, let alone engage in the conversation of insecurities that drive you to say and do certain things. So getting a peer into the window and the psyche of such a man is interesting. Yes,
definitely.
Yes.
The NBA is going.
Still. Oh, it's going.
Oh, it's going. We're getting a bit further in now. But I think it's going the way we probably expected it to go, right? Yeah,
I mean, if we look at other series, so we've got the Celtics blew a 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
Lol. Shouts out Philly. Insert Rocky music. Go.
No, because now we're putting them to the sword.
No, absolutely getting it back.
You see that first game as well was like 40 points.
It was really bad.
I was like, oh my god, we're going to do this every week now.
The Knicks are going to the finals. I genuinely believe that now.
I think. Detroit are 2 up now. So maybe
Detroit has some real. I mean, they almost lost to Orlando. The Knicks are cooking.
Yeah, but now they might, found their feet a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Maybe. But in general, I think the Knicks are going to the finals. I think they're on a real good roll. They've got the momentum there. Yeah. Then we got Thunder and the Lakers, bro.
Do you mean the Lakers versus the refs?
Why is that?
What do you mean? Why is that? It's ridiculous. For the first time I think I've ever seen, the entire Lakers team after the game got all of the referees in the middle of the thing and was having a full-blown discussion, and they're like, what was that? What was that? I've never seen that before. Like even normal people can see that they get far too many whistles. There was one where fucking Chet, bitch-ass Holmgren, fell down, holding his face, going, his face was not even touched. I was infuriated.
Mate, you should watch football. You'd love
it. And it was like far, but it's like this is what happened. OKC act like footballers, like genuinely. Yeah. It's so frustrating. And yes, trying to draw fouls is part of the game.
Yeah. But
the flopping is outrageous. But they just keep getting the calls.
Is it? And
the other frustrating part is they are good enough. They would have won that game still if they didn't get like a single foul call. So it's just unnecessary. It's not like they needed to do it to get over the line. Their talent and bench is so stacked they don't even need to do this. So this is why it just feels so unethical. I wasn't someone who was like, Shea's an unethical baller. But now I see it in front of my eyes in the playoffs. I'm like, this is fucked. I hate it.
I was going to say, why do they need to go that far when we expect them to win anyway? Like, can they not just do it?
They would clear, quite frankly. Like, it's can't stop. The fucking because the Lakers bench was not performing. It hasn't for the last 2 games. They've really struggled. Luke Kennard's gone ice cold. Marcus Smart's still been good on defense, but he's been breaking a lot of his threes. Rory Hachimura's been consistent. Austin Reeves didn't show up game 1, but he massively showed up game 2. So it's like the Lakers would have a genuine chance of winning if they were hitting their shots.
And
I think that's the...
And if they had Luka, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Luka's not going to be back for the series, so it's over. The news came out that he originally had an 8-week recovery timeline, and they're trying everything to get him back, but it's not happening. He's on court now, but he's not cleared for full contact.
No, there's no point.
As of recording, anyway. He's not going to get back. I think the hope you may have is you could riskily bring him back if they manage to push for a Game 7. But to be honest, it's not worth the risk on Luka, at least, because assuming that Bron leaves at the end of like this season, and I don't particularly think there'll be any bad blood if he does, because no one's expecting him to get this far anyway. So it's just whether he decides to, let's say, go back to Cleveland or go somewhere else just for the sake of something cool to do before he retires. I'm not sure how long he's planning to stay, whether Bron is actually waiting for his other son to join. Because I know he wants to be part of the expansion from an ownership perspective for like Vegas or something, as opposed to still playing. But he's still so fucking good.
So why?
It's just like you could tell from this playoff series that he's been really, really purposely stepping back to allow Luka and Austin Reeves to succeed, and he can turn it on at any point. And it almost, some flashes, makes the Lakers look better when he plays the point guard. And lets others succeed.
I feel like that could work though, right? Because then Luka could be a bit more of the scorer.
Genuinely, yeah. So he could decide to re-up for 1 more year, Luka fully healthy, and if he can stay fully healthy, it could be pretty crazy. And if they add a couple of pieces, but there's certain things like DeAndre Ayton is such an unbelievably inconsistent player. It's really weird. Like some nights he can drop like 25 and like 10 and 10 and be like, whoa. And then other nights he has like 3. It's just like, dude, what's happening right now? I don't quite understand what happens with him. Like,
do you think LeBron, like we said earlier, with the overstaying a little bit, well, not even overstaying, but maybe going out on a high or before the wheels start to fall off, is that that's something you got to think about? Or?
You'd think by now we'd already see signs of like a decline.
Which is really great, and it's extraordinary that we haven't. And like you said, he's still in a really good place that he can put up these numbers and play at this level. But will it drop off drastically at some point, and then we'll be like, whoa, you should have.
Maybe.
Well, you don't know, of course.
Maybe, but like drastically for LeBron would be dropping from like 25 to 20 to 15.
No, it could be like...
the thing is with Bron, he's been judged equally from rookie year to end year. So even if he retired at the end of this year, just went, no, I'm hanging up now. And no retirement year, nothing. So he said he doesn't want anything like that. So I think when he retires, it's going to be very sudden, which I'm not ready for. So please don't do that. But like... He's still really fucking good. Like, he's worth every penny he gets paid.
Is it worth him going out now then?
I think it's not necessarily that it's the play style that we're going to be like, oh, it's sad to see him like that. I don't actually think that's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is he's genuinely, from what I can see, paying a longevity tax on his legacy. Because, like I said, he's judged the same way from his rookie year to like the peak of his powers in like 2012 or 2018. He's still being judged by the same lens. By the media and by the individual people. So it's like the longer he goes on...
But you know why? Because of the level he's at.
Yeah, but no one else in human history has ever been judged like that. Not even MJ was judged like that.
No, because he wasn't
no one
at the
got
level.
mad at MJ.
Because he wasn't at the level, you could see it.
Well,
it was obvious.
Well, that's the thing. So that should be a plus, not a negative. But it's only coming out as a negative on him. So it's like he's being taxed for being this good as he goes on.
Well, will it come out as a plus or a negative if he goes on longer and he does have a massive decline and it shows that, wow, look, he lasted as long as he did and now he's really declined.
I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we all come to our senses.
Or he goes out on a high, like I'm saying, and goes, look, I sustained it the whole time and I left on my own terms.
Yeah.
I could have given you more.
The thing I don't get with him is like, good Lord, when does that decline come? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but it will.
Because he's adapted his play style. The play style he's playing...
No, but it will come.
It's really fucking
He
good.
can't outrun Father Time.
I don't know if he's doing it, man.
He is. What I'm saying, though, is... Is it better? I guess that's the dilemma. I bet he doesn't. Nobody knows because you can never tell.
No, I don't think he knows. I think maybe the only thing I could see is it would be some kind of injury.
Yeah, exactly.
Or because I think it was like last year, because he said now is like the healthiest he's felt in like a couple of years because of sciatica, and he's done little things. Like I saw someone, like a doctor the other day, posted the fact that when LeBron goes to the bench, he has a specialist chair cushion that like keeps him propped up at a certain angle, so his legs are like below his back and stuff, so he can regulate that. Just the little things like that he's using to maintain his body.
He's 1% in that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's conscious of every movement, even when he sits down, he's thinking of maintaining himself. So. Yeah, nothing can go on that long, but we've said it for so long. Like, this fuckery can't go on so much longer.
It could. Let's say it goes on till he's 46, which is crazy.
That won't happen. But it could.
It's unprecedented times and unprecedented things can happen. Would you rather him do that or go out now on a high in this same sort of?
But the thing is,
we have seen a drop off anyway.
I don't think anyone, by like bronze standards. I still think he would get criticised if he retired, like after the series. And we go, he retired a loser, would be a loser. I can hear Skip Bayless and Stephen A have reunited again for the first time this week, purely because I think LeBron's still in the playoffs, like genuinely. So we're in fucking weird times. But because if the Lakers do make some tweaks, like. This season was really unknown anyway because we had no idea how JJ Redick would perform as a coach. We had no idea how long Bron could keep doing it. Luka was kicking ass. Austin Reeves was kicking ass. There were some pieces that were working, but the team is still a little bit, But if they can figure out some way to add some depth, and I don't know, I feel like it could work. But if OKC win again and they just keep instilling this legacy because they've already got the squad they got, and I think they've got like literally everyone in the league's draft picks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of an unbeatable empire there, and the only thing I think that can upset them is the alien.
Well, what I was going to say is, let's just say hypothetically that Luka's back. This they do get through crazy times, right? You can imagine. Then they got to go against either the Timberwolves or the Spurs, which is the other matchup, which is tied at the moment as of recording. I think there's a game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs would eat them alive.
Exactly.
And it would be Wemby owning DeAndre Ayton. It would not be. You'd have to put a parental warning on it. It would be horrendous. No one. If they even steal one game, I'd be impressed. Genuinely. And I think it would take a Herculean effort, and for OKC, and everyone would have to have an incredible game, and I think that's the problem. Every one of the Lakers team has to have an almost perfect game for them to pull these kind of things off, because OKC is a completely different beast.
But you see
the Rockets,
the OKC going through, and then you see it as the Spurs versus OKC. Then is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, that's the real NBA finals here. Yeah, and I can't wait because again, Wemby has some inconsistent nights, but even when he has low scoring nights, he gets 12 blocks.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've never been so shocked looking at something in my life. And what is it, year 3?
Yeah, and it shows as well. Like we said it a few times now. Like he doesn't get the blocks most of the time because people don't shoot near him. They must have done that the other night. Clearly,
yeah, the Timberwolves. I think that's more of an actual plus on the Timberwolves.
Well, they won that game.
Yeah. The Timberwolves will go at you. They don't care if you're not from Earth. They will go at you.
Yeah.
They're all dogs, right?
Yeah.
I love watching them play.
Yeah,
They're so good. And Ant-Man came back so quick from that injury.
Yeah.
It's pretty mad.
I saw a video, and this guy basically uses statistics to
Is this high roller or?
No, it wasn't Jimmy.
No.
It was just, I think it was just on Instagram or something. But he basically did the stats, and it's then predicts the winner of the NBA final. He's got like the last 5 or 6 right, and he basically goes like truth, shooting form, and other little just like defensively solid teams and stuff. And it was like, right, we can now map out these teams, we can map out these teams, and he mapped out the Spurs, to be honest, because they couldn't. I think it was their shooting actually that was the hindrance.
Yeah,
and he said due to the statistics from that I've been using in the last few years, and it's correctly predicted who would win it. The winner of this year NBA Finals will be the Timberwolves because they just have everything.
Yeah, I could see it.
And
honestly.
I was like, Damn, maybe.
Because sometimes I think it's an attitude thing.
Yeah.
Like, they've got this thing about them where they just, one, they won't be denied, and two, I genuinely think they all have belief that they're good enough to get there.
And all round, they're quite solid, right? So.
Yeah, because even when you look at the Spurs, their whole squad is really young.
Yeah.
So is the Wolves, but like, I think there's just something about their attitude to it.
And I think it relies a little on Wemby playing the minutes as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think their squad is carried too much by one player, whereas Wolves are really solid all around. That's why OKC is scary, because they're also really solid all around, even though Shea's amazing. Like, you could have taken Shea out last night, and I think they still would have won. Maybe. Or it would have been closer.
Yeah.
No,
they did that throughout the year.
It's another frustrating thing, though. The Lakers in the last 2 games have played really good defense on Shea. Like, he hasn't scored above 23, 22.
And they still couldn't, because it's just gives it to someone else now.
And I'm not sure if it's, Shea's having bad shooting nights, but I think they're doubling him, and like they've got a good strategy to negate him, but the rest of their team is just really good as well.
Pick up the pieces at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
it's fun to watch. I mean, I still think there could be a huge upset because, like, the East and West, like you said, they mentioned before, they don't play too much.
Yeah.
The Knicks have such momentum that I could see, in experience, like, imagine the Wolves do get through the West.
Yeah.
And then they go, what the dogfight of the dogfight century,
the
Wolves versus the Knicks would be for a title. Oh, man.
But you kind of want to see it, though, don't you?
I want to see it, because if the Knicks won, you'd have to put the whole New York state in quarantine. The whole city burns to the ground.
You want to see it, don't you? You want to see it. I mean, unless you're obviously like, a rival fan, but
you're Philadelphia.
Or the Celtics, you don't want to see that. But yeah, I do think it could happen. It could happen.
I mean, the Celtics are in an interesting place.
We're just gonna, but you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get the Pistons versus OKC, aren't we? And it's just gonna be.
I don't even rate the Pistons that much.
I know, but
after seeing what Orlando almost pulled off, or they completely screwed the pooch on that.
I just think they're gonna get through, and then they're gonna get absolutely just
hammered,
washed by the Thunder, and it's like, it's just not fun. It's not entertaining.
This happens with all champions, though, doesn't it? Like, as soon as they look like they're going to win again the next year, this happened with the Warriors too.
Yeah.
The Warriors dynasty. People forget and was like, oh, the Warriors are going to win again this year. It's fucking bullshit.
True.
So everyone's roots really, really, really big for the other side, especially when they had KD.
Yeah.
When the Warriors got KD, everyone was like, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And those are 2 big scenarios going into the off season. I'm curious where Giannis goes. Curious what KD's going to do and what Jaylen Brown does. Jaylen Brown's had an MVP caliber season.
Yeah.
But they fucked it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So big. So what a contradiction it is. Because, like, what do you do? Do you re-up, even though Jason Tatum's still coming back? Like, Jason Tatum is their star player. But Jaylen's put up, like, better numbers than him when he was healthy.
Could he go get his own team?
Yeah, and I get the vibe from Jaylen. He's a little bit frustrated. But then again, he also allowed a 3-1 comeback.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think he'd be like, I didn't have Tatum with
He's
me.
in a strong and weak position all at once.
I need a little bit of support.
And if I was the Celtics, I would consider trading him to something that works better as a combo with Jaylen. But they work well as a combo, so I don't know what they do.
Go get Giannis.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones. But you'd have to give up some of your depth to get Giannis and Jaylen not Jaylen, fucking Tatum on the same team. But that would be a scary, scary combo.
And then what's LeBron going to do? Because was he definitely going to leave?
I have no idea.
That's
the thing is,
I think that's the fun part.
He's already settled though, isn't it? Like, his whole family's here, so like,
I don't know why you'd
and at
leave
the
the
age he
Lakers.
is, I don't see him like making a massive trek across the country. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, where's better to live than LA? Let's be honest.
Yeah, and when you've got money, yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, of course. But like, in that scenario,
I don't see him ever like playing for one of the new teams. Like, that would be weird. Like, LeBron leads the Las Vegas, wherever they are. So like, that'd be even stranger. I could see him becoming a coach, but I think he's more wants to move GM.
I think he's got that. If the Knicks weren't doing as well as they have done and before that,
because everyone was saying he would go to the Knicks.
I could see him like a celebrity point of view, like moving to New York and being in the limelight.
But the thing is, that would put too much pressure on him, I feel. Because everyone that would then expect him to deliver a chip to the Knicks.
No, but what I'm saying is, at his age, like, he's gone there, like, to be Hollywood. Not Hollywood, clearly. But you know what I mean? Like, to be celebrity LeBron
The thing
James.
is, like, genuinely, he would be a really good piece for the Knicks. Because I think sometimes the Knicks have a maturity problem. I think sometimes they make bad decisions and they get too ahead of themselves.
Yeah.
and the perfect piece in the middle that slows them down, thinks more strategically, and can make passes no one else can see is Bron. You put him in the Knicks, guaranteed chip. But then everyone's going to think that, and then we'll be like, if he doesn't, it's a tarnish on his legacy.
It's going to go completely opposite way, 100%.
Yeah, it's good. It's bad news, man. But who knows? But it's just the NBA is so exciting now compared to a couple of years ago.
Like every week we keep coming back to this because it's the hot topic at the minute. 'Cause it's the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
we're going to talk about it, but we did that prediction episode a few episodes back, and we've got some things right, some things wrong. And it's just we don't know.
I don't think anyone saw a lot of things coming in this season.
But that's fun. That's good. That's what we want.
Yeah, the 3-1 comebacks, the Rockets falling apart. No, I don't think anyone would have seen any of that coming. So,
and sort of end on how seasons are playing and how things are twisting and turning. So Man City dropped some points in the Premier League.
So are they almost guaranteed to lose the Prem?
No, it's not guaranteed still. They did go 3-1 down and they got back to 3-3.
Okay, but that is basically we need Arsenal to have some bad games. Arsenal
are now in the driving seat. They're now favourites. If they win all their games, they win the league.
Okay. How many games they got left?
They got 3 games left, and there's probably one game that's tough because they're against West Ham, and West Ham need to win as well because they're in a relegation battle with Tottenham pretty much.
Yeah.
And then after that, they've got Burnley who are already relegated, so you would expect them to dismantle them.
2 easy matchups, 1 hard matchup.
And then Crystal Palace, the thing is, you can never tell, but a lot of South London are Arsenal fans as well. Not that would ever come into play, and Crystal Palace season's pretty much over. So again, they've got no reason to put up a fight.
Yeah.
Man City have got Bournemouth. Which is tough. It's just a tough game, and they're going for Champions League football, which is crazy. Can you imagine that? Little Bournemouth in the Champions League next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, are Bournemouth good now?
It is a bit tight with the Champions League space, and if Aston Villa win the
Aston Skrilla,
they win the Europa League. They're already in Champions League spaces. That means there's another Champions League space. That means there's 6 Champions League spaces in the Premier League.
Oh.
So 6th place could get it. So that could be Brighton.
That's Bournemouth, mate.
Could be Brighton. Could be Bournemouth. Could be Brentford. So could any of these B teams. And then there's still hope for Chelsea in that sense, but we don't deserve it at that point. It's like a handout. No, we come 6th and got it because Aston Villa won it. We don't deserve it. I just feel like it. No, I wouldn't. Of course, I would be happy. There's so much financial money being a part of the Champions League, but. It just feels so wrong, and it would be like a get out of jail free card for the owners. So as a Chelsea fan, I hope that doesn't happen still.
Yeah.
Because it's just not deserved. But yeah, going back to Arsenal, they're in the Champions League final, which they haven't been for 20 years.
Yeah.
So there's a chance there, but they are against PSG, which
Sacre bleu.
It's going to be a game, but that's a one-off game. You never know. So now I'm feeling, I know we keep going back to this prediction I made in January where I said they won't win anything. And then for a while it was like, ooh, it's giving. Do you know what it is more than anything? I just like things to go down to the wire a little bit. I want a bit of entertainment. I want to see some things.
Yeah.
I don't want it just teams winning the league by 10 games left.
Yeah, we've certainly got that.
Yeah, it's been entertaining. Man City have put up a fight. Arsenal have been shaky, but they're finding their legs a bit. So if they do get it done, if they get both done, I will be quite devastated because that is a really huge achievement, massive.
To win both.
Yeah.
Because those are both the important ones, really.
They're the biggest ones you can win, the league and the Champions League. The Champions League is.
So that means every Arsenal fan is going to be insufferable.
Yes.
That's what we really want to avoid.
In a way, I think I'd be kind of like fair play.
Yeah.
And if they were to win one, I'd want them to win the Prem because they have won the Prem before and they have never won the Champions League. So if my hate watch cap on, that's how I see it going. But we're getting closer and closer. They could still win nothing. And my prediction comes true and our algorithm pops up and there we go. There's our ticket. But at the same time, they could now go the opposite way and they win 2 of the biggest trophies that they can.
It is close for both though, which is the bit that's a bit mad, isn't it? It's like...
Yeah. So Man City
Do you reckon they're especially for the Prem, those 3 matches? You got Crystal Palace. What was it? Burnley or Brentford? You said
Burnley and West Ham. Which is this weekend.
If they're getting relegated anyway, would they ever just like?
But they're not at the minute.
Oh, okay.
It's out of them. They need to win.
Would a team like that, just out of pure hatred, pull a fucking Karate Kid and just like sweep the leg and just take out bare of their players so they would lose?
Yeah, I don't know.
You imagine if they get banged up in the first match and they've got to face the other 2, and they just decided to completely fuck up every player on the team, and they're like, "Well, we're going down anyway. We're taking you with us, bitches."
Yeah, maybe.
Has that ever been a strat? Like,
well, there's a really weird
Man City
outcome.
slipping some money under the table.
Yeah,
like, kill them.
There's a really weird outcome at the minute with Brentford because they've got to play Aston Villa, and like I said, if Aston Villa win the Europa League and they're already in the Champions League space, basically, Brentford to come 6th or something, they could lose and end up winning it. If that makes sense.
What?
Yeah, it's like they would be more beneficial for their next year to lose, and then Aston Villa win so that they guarantee themselves 5th space.
I got you. Yeah.
So if Aston Villa came 6th and won the Europa League, they'd get the Champions League, but then the 5th place would go probably not to Brentford in that sense because they'd lost that game.
Got you.
So they could guarantee Aston Villa finish in the Champions League space by losing on purpose to them, putting them 3 points more ahead, and then bank on them winning that final, which would then mean that they would get it if they won the rest of their games and finished 6th. So it's like, I don't know, it's a lot of maths in it, but it just seems a bit suspicious. It's like, how can this be? How can it be beneficial to lose in a sporting game?
Sometimes it may be good.
And we've seen this before actually in the World Cup. I think it was in the 90s. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but they used to play all the games at the same time. No, now they play at the same time, the last games, but used to do it in just different schedules. So there was 2 teams that knew the outcome. If they drew the match, they would both go through. So they just sort of had the gentleman's agreement, like, all right, we'll just draw and we both go through.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if one of them just went and scored. Like, nah, that's not how it works. But in that sense, it's still, is that cheating? Is it?
Nah,
it's not sportsmanlike.
That is exactly when the quote, "the game is the game," is then deployed. You know, that's just the way it's set up. If they don't want that to happen, they've got to change how it works. Yeah.
It's tricky how these things work out, right? Like, even, I think it was last year or the year before, Spurs played Man City, and they were, I think it was last year. Yeah, because they were obviously in their relegation thing again, and they needed the points. But also, if they beat Man City, Arsenal would have, it would have been the year before, they would have took points off Man City and Arsenal probably would have gone and won the league. So the fans were like, please lose this game, even though they needed to win. And the manager's like, I'm never going to go out there and tell my players to lose. That's ridiculous. And went against the fans in that sense. But it just shows, like, when's it beneficial to lose? Is it ever beneficial to lose?
Isn't that the question?
Should it be?
That's philosophical, that is.
Yeah.
On a random note, I feel like I'm talking more and more about football these days. I even played my yearly game of FIFA yesterday. And I'm like, I feel like I should pick a team properly, you know.
What? Yeah, but you don't even do that for NBA.
No, I'm a LeBron fan. But should I for football?
Okay.
And I'm like, you know, we're not to give up our location or anything, but we're fairly close to Bournemouth.
We said it before.
I mean, I feel like I should pick Bournemouth.
We're in New York. No,
Southampton has let us down so many times.
Yeah.
The club is on an eternal mission to either be just the training ground of the Prem and just never do well. But it seems like Bournemouth has ambitions beyond their station. Or is it just that they've had a really good season? Or are all the good players going to leave and it will be the same small club cycle?
Their manager's leaving at the end of the season.
Is this just always going to be the way?
Well, they're feeder teams, bro. Unless you're one of the big dogs, to do well is to be a feeder team and to get sort of...
Has a feeder team ever broken out and become one of the big ones?
Well, Leicester did it, and it was an outliner.
And then they went back to being
But now they're in League One. They've just got relegated. 10 years ago, they won the Premier League. That was that miracle. They won the FA Cup 5 years ago, and now they're in League One. Because it can
really, it's about financial backing.
It's about stability in a way.
Like how good the franchise is. Can it sell merch? Can it bring in people? Is that what really sustains it?
It's about reinvestment and just getting the right players in, the right leaders, managers.
Because I have no attachment to anything. So I'm just like, if I had to pick one, what should I pick?
It is a good debate because, well, not debate, because what a lot of people will say, and a lot of people in the comments will say, support your local, right? Because that is the football tradition.
So
but I did, as a child, I knew, I just could tell being a Southampton fan was a life of misery. I wasn't signing up for.
Yeah.
And probably we get grief. I get grief from people locally as well. Like, oh, you're going to Glory Hunter and all that. Yeah. I did my research, by the way. I didn't know anything about money, but I ended up choosing Chelsea, and I like blue. Right?
Because watching a Chelsea game was one of the only games I ever enjoyed. It was watching Drogba do some mad shit, and I watched it live, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is football."
Yeah.
But then that was me just getting attached to one player.
I think that's what you do in basketball as well.
Yeah, it's not my habit. I can't help it.
But the thing is with football, James, there's a famous quote by Eric Cantona: "You can change your religion, you can change your wife, you can change your friends and family, but you can never change your football team." Yeah. It's just like a rule.
Yeah,
you have to stick by it.
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah. So are we gonna choose one today for you? And you're gonna have to stick
I'll think
by
on it. Put in the comments who should I support.
No, I've done that for basketball. I think when I went to America and I know I went to New York, I was like,
you chose the Knicks. Yeah.
I was like, I am now. I don't think I was as aware as doing the research as I did in football.
You picked the Southampton of the NBA.
Yeah, I jumped in early, but now I stick with that. You can't go against it no matter what, and you sort of
At least your franchise is fun though. They have fun. Even in their misery, they have fun.
Yeah, and the thing is with basketball, like they can't get relegated to, the G League and all that, and go bust, etc. Right?
Maybe I should just stick with Southampton, but we'll find out on the next episode.
Tell us who you think James should pick. Yeah. Should he stick with his local team, or shall we debate?
I'll give you two options: Chelsea, Bournemouth, Southampton.
That's three.
In Southampton.
That's 3 options.
Did I say 2?
Yeah.
I'll give you 4 options. Which one of those should I pick? I'll try and lock in. I'll try to keep and watch their games and everything.
Next episode, we'll lock you in.
Yeah, we'll
do the research, and I'll give you a bit of the history as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Please like and subscribe, folks, and see what happens next time. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, leave it in those comments down below. And we shall see you next time.
Peace.